So with the recent reissue of her seminal cookbook, a New York Times article looks into how Martha Stewart changed entertaining and in fact became the first self-made female billionaire. A New York Times article looks into how Martha Stewart, of course, changed entertaining. We got some repetition in there. Yeah. They say her core message has always been that anyone who is organized and determined can cook, entertain, and decorate, and also garden. Yeah. But really, is that realistic? So do we think that Martha Stewart's standards have sort of become very intimidating for women, or are they like something to be applauded?
What do you guys think? Who here is a Martha Stewart fan? Just applaud. I say this much, I think that love her or hate her, Martha is a marketing business woman and she is a genius at it because she took what Julia Child was essentially doing, which was cooking in the home, and she expanded on it. Remember, she has a business background. She was a stockbroker in the late 60s. So what she did was actually genius because she just gave us more of what we already wanted. And if you think about it, back then, that kind of dining and that kind of having a very nice table, that was for the elite. And what she did was like make it for everybody. It's like everybody can sit down and have a nice meal on nice plates and things that are very well organized. What I find really disheartening is we never have these discussions about male businessmen who came up with brilliant business ideas. Take Billy Blanks. Remember the Tybo? Remember Tybo? Remember this guy? He pretty much took a martial art, he watered it down for a workout, and then we all did it, right?
No,
and
not everyone did that.
Nobody, he became a multi-millionaire.
I know, but
and nobody, my point is, nobody criticized him for what he did, that he watered down a martial art so he can sell it to, you know, the person who's at home who just wants to lose a few pounds. Whenever it's a woman, we always seem to be very hypercritical instead of applauding her on what she did. And every single thing that we watch now that has anything to do with home decor is from Martha Stewart. So we should be saying, thank you very much, Martha, instead of doing articles criticizing, well, did she make things unattainable? She never said you had to do it.
No.
She's like, this is the way I'm doing it. If you want to do it this way. And this is how you can do it this way.
But you don't think unintentionally there could have been like this trickle-down effect? Because I do agree, she did revolutionize entertaining. And she didn't lie to us. She said, if you are as organized and determined as she is, you can entertain, decorate, garden with perfect results. But the problem is that was her job, first as a caterer and then as this CEO. So it was her job to make everything look perfect. And I think what happened as a result is so many women got intimidated to entertain.
But doesn't that speak more to them than her?
Absolutely. I don't think she did this intentionally at all. But so many women became so intimidated by the very fact that the house might not be clean, the dishes might not match, the linen's not ironed, the tablescape's not there, and so we stopped entertaining. And I think what happened in the 2000s, there was almost like a pushback, and there were people writing books saying, listen, as long as you remove all the bras from the doorknobs, you can have friends over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be
blame
perfect.
that on Martha,
Yeah,
I
agree.
But I feel like it has sort of seeped in. I wouldn't blame it on Martha. And again, she deserves all of her flowers for being a marketing genius that she is. But I do think we missed that step of being like, okay, at first, that was her full-time job. That's the only thing she did, as opposed to women who were working outside the home and then expected to have a home that looked like that. And on top of it, then once she became famous, she had a whole team around her that were helping out to make things look the way they did. Yeah. And then you bring social media into the mix. And I think that has just upped the game as well. As
amplified this idea of perfection.
And it's funny, because just thinking about reading this article today, I'm like, we have definitely stopped entertaining as much. Growing up, my parents had a dinner party every single weekend. This is them growing up. They might have had some candles and a couple of flowers, but there definitely wasn't this influence.
That's a nicely set table.
Well, it was set up, but I feel like it's not, I definitely will not have people over unless I know I have the time to make the house spotless and perfect and like make sure that I've planned the meal out. So that means I have less dinner parties. And I think that therein lies maybe something lost.
Okay, that's fine, but are we pointing the finger at Martha?
She kickstarted something that I think then now social media has
maybe
elevated.
unattainable.
Is an unattainable
but I think she is one drop in the ocean of pressure that is on women. Yeah. Again, I don't think she did it intentionally, but I've talked about this before, that when she calls herself the original trad wife, right? We all know what trad wife is. It's a social media movement. You are the traditional wife. And it's women who are working out of the home primarily and are glorifying taking care of the kids and perfect baking, perfect makeup, perfect dress. And so she calls herself the original trad wife, even though, as you've all said, she was working. That was her job.
The irony was she was the best CEO. She was not. She was a terrible wife. She was never home.
Precisely. And I think therein lies the difference. I think we just feel like, I don't blame Martha. I think that she is still in a male-dominated world. Why is it that majority of people who are cooking in the home are women, and yet all the top chefs in the world are men? Like, she is in a class of her own.
Yeah.
We absolutely should applaud her for that. So, but for me, it's not about her doing it intentionally, because I look at her more as a role model as a CEO and as a businesswoman. I don't look at her as a role model for, you know, what I get really angry about is that I'm supposed to be shooting for 100 at work and also shooting for 100 on the Saturday dinner party. Where's my husband, by the way?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I think that part we get resentful over as women, which is like, you know, you still want us to have it all, and how the heck am I supposed to do that? And I think therein lies the resentment, not towards her directly, because she's a boss.
What else is she supposed to do?
Legend. She's a legend, and I love her.
Just in case she's watching.
Yeah.
Just in case she's watching. It's true. It's true.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.